man. Damn shit. God. Another day, another episode, guys. Yep. You can hear from all the laughters surrounding the room. Surround sound all around. Yes, sir. So today we have with us a very special guest.
Very special. Today we have with us very special guests.
Yes, very special guests.
In a good way, not the bad way.
In a good take.
Nice.
See what I did there? Yes,
Good take,
sir.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Let's go.
Before we start, I'll just ask, where are you guys from? Who are you guys?
Wait. Zach, you're jumping the gun again. This is like
What
the second
gun?
week.
Bro,
Before we begin,
it's been a while since we had guests, I don't know how to like properly behave. I don't
yeah, we've been enjoying
going
our own.
Yeah, we have a lot of intimate sessions.
Yeah.
Lights off. Just the two of us.
Before we begin, Zach, what did the wise man
Sounds
say?
I would pay $4.99 for.
Check it out, my friend. $4.99 a month, a week. Yes, sir. A wise man once said, if you can the cannot, can you ever not?
So can.
Think about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can is can.
Can is can
Yeah.
indeed,
Can is
man.
can.
Food for thought. Yeah.
Anyways, who do we have here with us
Yes.
today, Zach?
Who do we have here, man?
Who do we have here trapped in our lair today?
So one day while we were busy out there making millions, me and Jen, as usual, hustling and stuff, millions in our bank account, suddenly we received a DM, right? Received a DM in our million follower page from this person, right? Initially I thought it was a spam, right? I'll be serious. I was like,
It was in our spam.
yeah, it was in our spam. It was in our spam folder, and then I received a notification, and I was like, "Oh man, it's another spam again about some crypto shit or something like that." And then there was this girl up there like, "Hey, saw your stuff, good stuff, man." Something like that. Not those exact words lah, but that's how I recall it. It's like, "Yeah, dude, good stuff, bro.
You're the best.
You're the best. We the best music. And I want to come by for an episode." Something like that. So here they are. Who are you?
So who are you and what do you guys do? As a whole and individually.
Oh. Well, okay. As a whole, we are GoodTake. The three of us. This is it. But who needs more people when you have 3 Scorpios?
Oh wow,
It's like
yeah.
having
Perfect game,
300
Scorpio
people.
team.
Yeah, this is the whole nest of Scorpios.
Oh man, yeah. So
Yes.
apparently they are all Scorpios, and I'm the only black sheep here. Like clearly,
Still fire though.
still fire,
fire.
yeah,
And on
still
fire
bro.
today.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Carry on.
Individually,
So I'm Claire. I'm the marketing goon. So anything you see on TikTok related, Instagram, the emails that you get and like this is spam. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm responsible for all that nonsense and all that goodness.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Gleb. I'm a tech bro in this company, and as you can see, I'm
Tech support.
Tech support.
Support.
Tech support. Yes, tech support. So whenever I need to restart their laptops, that's me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Restarting a laptop, bro. Hey guys, have you tried pressing the power button?
Like why my window cannot close? Why?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
sometimes things happen. Sometimes tech doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Exactly. So we call him.
Yeah.
And then he literally just refreshes it. And then it works.
That's what happened like literally last week.
Yeah. To me.
True story, guys.
Yeah.
Very true story.
So yeah, that's me. Co-founder, CTO. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Yeah, co-founder, CTO. That's it.
Visionary, product guru, tech bro. Yeah.
Nice.
Astronaut.
Jinx.
Oh yeah, interestingly, we had like
You
for
had
the
astronaut?
longest time when we first launched GoodTake, like I generated like a image with astronauts, and you can still find some of our early talents with astronaut.
Oh,
There's
wow.
still astronauts
There's
in
still
there.
astronauts. It was funny. It was like astronaut floating outside in the space outside the Earth with a video camera. That was super cool. Yeah. But yeah.
Cool.
There's people out there walking around with cool stories like that, and then there's us. What's your cool story? Do you have a cool story? That's what I thought. You see? All right. Anyways, all right. Last but not least, the girl with the fire hair. All right. Who are you?
Let's go.
Me. My name's I am co-founder, CEO, idea person. I just come at Gleb with a bunch of ideas and I wonder if it's magic or AI. And generally he can figure it out. So
So you just wake up with the ideas and you're like, okay, sounds easy. Boom, that guy.
Pretty
kind
much.
of, yeah. I just get ideas and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if this could work this way?
Wow.
And then I pitch it to him and he's like, okay. Okay.
The okay man. Yeah.
And then he'll figure it out eventually.
You know, there is a
so-
film, Never Say Never. So
That's you.
that's me.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never say never.
And
So
yes
he'll
to
figure it out.
everything.
Ah. So
Maybe not straight away, but eventually he'll figure it out. Also, because sometimes the ideas I get are kind of weird or like far-fetched. But
fair
yeah.
enough. So I'm guessing this whole company started up with you just waking up one day with this good idea and you're like, boom.
Well, not
Not
exactly.
really.
Oh no. So it wasn't you waking up one day.
No, it was me coming home to cry one day. Yeah. So I'm also an actress. I've been acting full-time for 7 or 8 years now. And
Oh, so that's not where we know her from.
Mila Kunis.
Exactly, bro.
Wait, no?
Yeah,
how'd you know?
Exactly. It's her, guys. Check it
Wait,
out.
what were you talking about?
Same. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so as I'm Mila Kunis,
So you
I was on set.
You came home, you started crying for reals, or were you like acting crying?
For reals. So
Oh.
like I this industry is quite broken and there's a lot of pain points everywhere and talents are kind of at the bottom of the food chain, so they get taken advantage of in multiple ways. One of them being rates. So even, for example, if your full rate for a commercial was 15K, you end up getting like 3K because a lot of that money kind of goes to other resources or management or casting agents or like,
Right.
yeah, it doesn't quite get to you.
Commission fees, bro.
Yeah, so it doesn't quite get to the talent. And then there was this one shoot where this one girlie, I knew how much they were paying for her, and then I found out how much she was actually getting paid, and it just broke me. So that was kind of like my last straw. I went home, I cried, and I was like, why can't people be nice and like just do like why are you taking so much from someone's rice bowl, you know?
Right. So you were crying for somebody else.
Yes. I rarely cry for myself, I think.
Damn.
I know, I'm so nice.
That's wow.
But yeah, and then I just kind of like that kind of was the little seed in my brain that just something needed to change, but how? I didn't know how. And then I kind of just let the idea grow until I met him, and he was also the next catalyst, which
Yeah, I have an interesting story about that. Like what happened, like how we met.
yeah,
Like how
because
you-
we
how you
met.
guys met.
Yeah, we met at yoga class.
Yeah.
because I'm also a yoga instructor, and
Wait,
I was
what?
teaching yoga.
Were you
Glenda's
actually a
yoga.
yoga instructor or were you acting as a yoga instructor?
No, I'm actually certified.
Oh wow.
In fact, yoga actress.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I'm many
Great.
things. Many
Oh,
things.
wow.
I'm certified for all of them.
Yeah.
By the
damn.
way, I
So
did. Yeah.
so basically, I was in a
Yoga
in a,
class.
in a space where I sold my previous company and I was like, what I'm going to do next? Because I spent my entire career building fintech companies, and it's a space which is very hard. It's like, entrepreneurship is hard, but like fintech in general is like extremely painful to do because you have regulation, you have this, like a lot of things. And and so yeah, it was just like, it was summer, it was like July, and I was like cruising around, going to yoga classes, thinking what I do next, like evaluating, like I really want to do something meaningful. And then I generally like to go drink coffee with people, coffee with strangers. Like just now, like I had like a coffee with like a person, like whom I met recently, like through a mutual network of friends, and then we kind of like chat for coffee because you never know what's waiting for you, right? That's kind of my approach to life. Always take coffee with strangers because that's sometimes can lead to a amazing
Never know.
partnership.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then we met with Mila just for coffee like after the class, and then he just like, well, that would be cool. I mean, she still does it to me. It's like, that will be cool if we can have, and then yeah,
And then
the
becomes my
and then
explanation.
becomes a to-do list, but like she,
It's like a passive aggressive. Well, we can do this.
we must do a hello. Yeah, but at the time I was like, that would be cool if we have the platform that really helps actors get paid fairly and better and not to undermine our value. I was like, cool, sounds like a good idea. And Millie is like, yeah, but the problem is I can't find anyone to build it for me. I was like, okay, let me see what I can do. And then I came home and yeah, just processed it and started to get some inspiration, and then kind of like slept it again and life went on. But I met in a couple of days my friend whom I knew before, but I met him for coffee. And I was like, just talking to him, and he's like, yeah, what you up to? And I was like, oh, this girl came up to me and I'm thinking of starting this, but I'm not sure. And then he's like, oh, tell me more. And that basically, he became our first angel investor. He's like, listen to the idea. Maybe I pitched it very nicely. And then he's like, cool, that sounds like a good idea. I believe in you guys. There's a check. And then I was like, I called Mila and it's like, Mila, you can't believe what happened. She's like, what? He's like, I got us the first investment. He was like, so, and yeah, we just started building from them. From there, like I came the prototype, and then it kind of like spun out, and then we raised some more funding. Mila raised another like small round, and then we kind of like combined together, opened a company, and the rest is
Damn.
I was like, oh, we're actually doing this. Okay,
Yeah.
let me go get more money.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I think we need to have kopi with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kopi si kosong.
Kopi si kosong.
kosong.
No, nice, I guess. Yeah, sure. And during this concoction was making, how did she come about?
Oh, really? So, so I met Mila like, I don't know how many years ago now, but we met on set. Like, so we were like on a shoot together, and then we hit it off really well. And then I think it was like recently when she kind of like came up to me, she was like, hey, I'm going to start this thing. I need some help with marketing because I've been in marketing agencies and I was working in an agency that was doing productions as well. So I was kind of like in front on camera. I had both experience. She was like, can you help me out, with some stuff? So I was like, okay, cool. So I was just mostly sending emails at first. So just struggling to send emails from wherever I was. And then when shit got serious, we're like, oh, okay. Do you want to build this company with me? Do you want to change? And I kind of understood where she was coming from because I do a little bit of like modeling myself, and I do understand like this industry is really broken in a sense where you get lowball very hard. Yeah, and it's really hard to make it a full-time job, especially if you don't have any connections or you don't have someone to guide you in this industry. So I was like, count me in, and this is how it all began. Yeah.
Ui.
Damn.
They just
That is
walk around
nice.
and they just find people
Yeah.
and then they're like, hey, let's make a company, here. And then they're like, hey, you want to have coffee? And they're like, here's $1 million.
Pretty much.
Yo,
There is actually a founder's checklist, like this thing, like really is like it's a long list of like 13 things that you kind of like check box if you really want to be a founder, and like a couple of them is like you recruit people easily and you raise funds like this. Yeah, it's like Mila's kind of superpower, honestly.
We are really doing something wrong, man. I don't know. There's something that
Yeah,
we're
we
not,
just show up, talk shit,
and
go home.
go home and get
And play
flamed
game.
and get flamed and burned on TikTok. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm a fire sign, so yeah.
Burn isn't okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Yay.
Apparently it's fire, bro. Yeah. Ooh.
Anyway, so let's get on to the question.
Yeah, let's get on to the serious stuff, man.
So to you three, what exactly is broken in not only Singapore's entertainment industry, but the entertainment industry in a whole? And who is benefiting and keeping it that way? Tough.
I was gonna
Anyone can
answer.
go first.
We usually with Mila we have very complementing but at the same time different angle for the same answers, right? So I would say my experience, I'll answer after them, but like that will be I come not from the creative background, but I dive myself very deep into the creative background, and I see a lot of similarities from other industries, which I'll share later. So, but yeah, you good girls go first, please. You have a lot to say.
I do. I'm really cold. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Fire.
Yeah,
Right in front of
I can't, man. The aircon's just blasting at us
I'm
right
like
now.
I'm in the middle of
Yep.
it. I'm a lizard on top
This
of that.
was
so
all
that doesn't
Jen's
help.
idea, by the way.
I blame Jen.
Yeah, it's all Jen.
Yeah, so don't.
fine.
Yeah, excuse my shaking halfway through if I start freezing to death. Could you repeat the question, please?
Hey, what is broken?
So hey, Mila, take it away. Oh, what? I'm cold.
I'm so cold and distracted.
What is broken in the industry? I'm so cold,
What
guys.
is broken
Yes.
in the industry?
That's the guy in the industry.
Oh my god, everything. Do I start top to bottom? Oh,
I mean, you can
Like
go.
your main
don't.
You could go like left to right, diagonal, up, down, left, right. Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
You
okay,
could skip straight to the main point. So it's like,
okay.
who keeps most of the money? Why? Who, what, where, when, how?
Who, what, when, where, how? The most people. Well, you know, just like anywhere else in life, the top 1% keeps the money, and then it disseminates down the chain. And talents are usually at the bottom of that chain, so they're usually the ones that clock in a lot of hours and get a little bit lowballed at the end of the day. I'm trying to answer as nicely as I can.
As nicely, yeah. No, I always got this misconception that talents are the ones who beg the most money.
Well, so it depends. So if you're like an A-lister, yes, you're making $1 million film or $1 million an episode like Euphoria. Love Zendaya. But tag.
Shout out to you, boy.
So it does, and that's the thing. Like, there is a market rate for each job and each position, sort of. But the better you are, or the more established you are as an artist, obviously the higher pay you get, like Hollywood actors, right? So obviously, like the less known actors or the ones that are just starting out get more and more lowballed.
I didn't hear that.
That's the ball that just dropped.
That was the ball
The
stroke.
ball is too
Yeah.
low right now.
That's how low ball we get, man.
But because of this gray zone, like each time right now you get a job, you end up negotiating your rates. And you'll hear, give me your best rates. Give me your best rates. Give me your best rates.
Right.
Oh, we're on a budget. Or there's no budget. What's the budget? No budget.
Oh.
Yeah. So then, you know, or it's always a passion project.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, okay, but if I'm doing a passion project, I'm going to pay people, you know?
Yeah.
And that's something I really believe in with GoodTake, which is why when we do collaborations, and like, for example, we hosted like an affordable headshots kind of day, we paid the studio, we paid the photographer, you know, like everyone was paid what they were, the rates, you know? And still making it affordable for talents, you know? So win-win for everyone. But yeah, pain points, I deviate a lot. I'm ADHD, so like pain points for the industry. So talents get lowballed, negotiations are tough. There's not really many places where they can go find auditions. There's endless scamming groups everywhere. You don't really know what's true or not true anymore, like real or fake or scam or spam.
That's true.
Sure. Jen's a scammer as well, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then for the production side, they are internationally, they kind of like exhaust their own market already. They've already used the same talent, so they don't know where else to find more talent,
Right.
which is why we're also trying to break the boundaries of that. So we're bringing it into a global pool of talents and making payments. Well, Gleb made payments super easy.
Yep. That's mine.
So you could fly somebody down from Japan and pay them like a pay now, you know? Easy.
Damn.
You want someone from Japan?
No.
Pay them.
And pay them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he
You
wants
want to
a-
pay someone from Japan?
Oh no, I want a car from Japan.
Cool.
Oh. Okay,
That's a good one.
thanks.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess me coming from more like conventional backgrounds like banking and fintechs, I've seen what fintechs did to the entire banking industry. Like interestingly, like pay now, credit cards, fast transaction to Malaysia, like crypto. All of these things are thanks to disruptive technologies and disruptive startups that has been built in like 2010s, 2020s. When banks were slow, when banks, you could send money to US or like Europe at like ridiculously high fees. You have to go physically to the office to write a form. We all remember these times, right? But like the industries are usually very hard to change because there are people behind them that are like mastodons, like dinosaurs, and then comes like young guys, like young punks like us who like, we have no rules. We are here to establish the rules and we don't want to talk to you anymore. We just do it our own way. And then we disrupt the entire industry. So I've seen that happening in crypto. I've seen that happening in banking. I've seen that happening in fintech. And now the creative industry is yet to be disrupted the same way. So that's why we are here to disrupt these things, apparently. Yeah.
And you guys are fine with being the disruptors.
Of course.
You have to be.
Yeah, someone has to do, and it's the fun, the best thing that can anyone do. It's just like keep pushing, keep growing, and change the industry.
Yeah.
It's like how amazing, like the mobile phone's been disrupted. How amazing banking experiences have been disrupted. Like everything has been created by like super cool entrepreneurs that actually cared about things, and then they build these things and build these products, and we all use them. So hopefully one day GoodTake will be like a super great company when like we will revolutionize the way how producers or anyone who need to get talent gets them casted, paid, managed, and everything else. So let's say the North Star is like if you want to hire someone, if you start a company to like a production company, the first thing you probably need is like corporate email, right? So you probably go to like Google or Microsoft and get your corporate email because you need to send emails. So like software number 2 or like product that you would get is GoodTake because we are one-stop shop for everything. So that's our kind of like main star.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So yeah.
Thing.
He's like the nerd guy in the company,
He's the brains of it all.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a kind of way to say
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm not the nerd
What
guy.
was that Pinky, my brain, remember this cartoon from the childhood?
You call me Pinky?
Huh?
No.
I don't remember. Like those who are every episode they were like capturing the world. That's us.
What?
Captions.
Wrong channel.
The name of this cartoon will be here. That's how it said, right?
Maybe the anime. Then Pinky on the brain.
sorry,
she's
she's
too young.
younger.
She's too young. She's too
Like
young.
a different channel. I'm like, I don't understand.
Different era,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was born in a
Wrong
third world
generation.
country.
Wrong generation. That's our generation, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's just a.
But he was raised in Russia and I was raised in Chile.
Oh, damn.
So maybe.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where were
Mic
you?
drop.
Where
Let's
were you,
go.
where were you raised in, bro?
Here.
Yeah, same. Jurong,
Same.
Jurong West.
Oh, Jurong
Yeah.
West.
Jurong West, man. Yeah. It's almost the same as Russia, yeah.
No, it's like Yushun, bro.
Right? Yeah. All right. So,
Next question.
No, Claire has an answer.
we totally missed
Oh
out
my
Claire.
god,
Yeah,
you
it's
too much
fine.
forgot about me. Okay.
Yeah, wrong channel, yeah.
Sorry.
Fuck out of here.
This is a whole different channel, that's why. Okay, so for me, okay, I'm not gonna be like super PC, okay? I'm a bit of a hater, so I'm just gonna go full out, okay? Sorry.
Alright, go
so,
for
it.
So
Yeah,
we
let's
need
go.
to beep it
Go
out.
for it.
Please, yeah. Okay, so I think for me, I come from like the production side of things. So I understand like sometimes the fact that we have to lowball talents very hard, and it's not because we want to. Unfortunately, it's because the clients we work with. So what Gleb said, it comes from a very like rigid kind of industry where the ones on top are all very. So they don't understand the amount of like work and dedication that it's being put into the craft, and like they think that acting is just like for fun, very old traditional mindset. Why I need to pay you so much? So, unfortunately, because production houses, it does cost quite a bit of manpower to execute what clients want. So you see those memes like, reality versus like, the production budget. So because of that, they need to ensure that they make some money and they are still able to pay talents. So as a result, normally the amount that talents get, if you're very lucky and you have a really, really understand production houses, they will give you as much as they can give you, because this is to distribute amongst maybe like the project for the year. So it's not per project basis, but it's more like client gives you a overall budget for this year, you settle it yourself.
Right.
So it's very difficult for certain production houses to offer a higher amount to talents. But I do know that in exchange, a lot of production houses try to kind of like make up for that monetary value that they're unable to provide. So things like maybe welfare, they provide a little bit more on set. Things like grabbing to set early, and maybe after if it's late, they allow you to claim. Things like that. Very basic things that should obviously be provided for most, but some production houses actually don't allow you to do it if they're very anal lah. Yeah. So that's the reality of things for production houses side. And yeah, the lowballing is really quite bad for certain production houses, especially for newcomers. So I had this shoot where literally as an extra, right, I could, because I kind of like knew that I could bargain. So at least I bargained to a negotiable amount for me. It was like, okay, for this amount of time that I spend on set and I have to come early, no makeup, I do my own makeup and stuff, I'm okay with this amount. This other girl came, she was extra, she was getting paid like, I think like $70 for 5 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I've heard like horror stories from, okay, I don't know, okay, you gotta beep this one now. Because I'm gonna say their name. Is one of the worst in the industry because I have had or seen casting calls $50 to $100 for a 12-hour shoot.
Yeah.
Call
That's
time
usually
6 a.m. The reality of them being on the set, right? The amount of time they're on set, right? It's probably like 15 minutes for that scene, but they want you on set the whole day just in case. That's like how disgusting it is. So you're telling me I'm getting paid $50 to $100 for 12 hours of my time that I could have set doing something else. Yeah.
Damn. You still want to be an actor, Jen?
I already am.
Oh.
On my own. I'm kidding.
Oh. Advertisement.
So I guess it really comes down to like the old guys are ruling kind of the industry, and the idea is like the world moved on already. So our job, it's time to kind of like wash them out, to make the transactions free, and to make the essentially the talents prosper and yeah.
And also I think like in Singapore, because the entertainment industry is very much nepotism lah. Let's be very real about it. So we have some birds that are not meant to fly, that are trying to fly. And then those birds that are meant to fly are not flying. But
that's
So-
international.
Yeah. So I think like a lot of it is really back to it in this industry, very heavily dependent on connections. At least I know in Singapore. So you don't have the right connections, you can't get a head start on where you need to be, what you need to do. And it's very unfortunate because I've seen like people who really have that potential drop out halfway because there's just no jobs coming in, or like no one's helping like push them in the right direction. So they're just like, I guess it's just a passion thing in my early 20s, and when I have to like face the reality of like paying my bills, being an adult, this is not going to feed me.
Right.
And I have to like make like a adult decision and get like a proper corporate full-time job that's going to pay my bills. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because if they were getting paid what they're supposed to be getting paid, it would be sustainable. And they would be able to do this full time without quitting after 2-3 years,
Like,
which is sad.
interestingly, the world is also these days very global, meaning you don't physically need to be in Singapore to get Singapore jobs, for example. And that's what our values, that we really want to like travel our talents out, not our talents, but talents from platform, to bring the more international jobs. Because the trend we see now, for example, from LATAM and from US, the North Americas, right, is like a lot of them need fresh faces, and a lot of them are okay to do the international shoots, meaning they are okay to pay maybe like $1,000 less, but to fly talent from like Asia to the States or to like Mexico to get a shoot done. And that's the beauty of the world platform that we are building, right? So let us say production houses come from internationally, we want some Asian talents, we'll be very happy to do so, to cast and to fly them out.
Right. Guess we've uncovered a bit of the dark side of this shit.
Yep.
Ooh.
Anyways, next question.
Next.
How are you guys using AI in a way that actually empowers creatives?
Yeah.
That's a very good question. And actually, we had a lot of we passed stages with Mila on that.
It's just because okay.
we've had stages.
I stand very strong on how I would like to be enabled by AI and not be overpowered by AI. So and Gleb's kind of really strong-headed with AI. So he'll get a new idea and he'll be like, "Oh my God, we're doing this," and I'm like, "Okay, let's plan properly on how we're gonna integrate it into this." Because there has been over the last year, there's been a huge shift in the industry, and like a lot of voiceover actors have lost a lot of their jobs to AI. Because now you can just, and then you have your VO done.
That's called prompting.
You're saying, yeah.
I know. I was just going for the actions because I'm an actor.
Wow.
God. So and with image generation
Yeah.
Technology.
Which
technology,
is great
AI.
these days, which is super great. Did you do your Ghibli AI generated?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I mean, there's the fear that grew over the past year, or so that AI would take actors and performers and singers and VO artists'
Right.
jobs. So
Which turned out to be not true. And that what we see the signs that across the entire industry is like end of last year and beginning of this year, a lot of people were like, "Oh, AI is killing our jobs, AI taking our jobs." But then 1 year later, non-jobs were taking over. People just get more efficient at what they do, more empowered at what they do, and that, on the contrary, enables them with better tools and resources that they had before. So,
to a certain extent.
of course, to a certain extent, yeah. Of course, I mean, 100%. You can't replace
I feel the
100%.
tension here, man.
I'm like,
Which is all of our AI
Yeah.
chats in the company, because
Yeah.
I want AI to help and
Yeah.
not to hinder.
So that's why we crafted our AI efforts towards empowering and helping in the areas that are most time consuming or like more manual jobs doing. For example, very bright example. The recent release we had was the AI CV uploader. Basically, when you create a profile on GoodTake, as a talent, you have a long list of your roles, like this commercial, this UGC, this film, this blah, blah, blah.
CV.
Your CV, which can have like many pages, 5 pages, 6 pages. And then obviously to transfer it to the platform is like you have to key in it manually, right? So we've built like a simple drag and drop. You literally just like drop your PDF and then boom, boom, boom. How you saying? Broop,
it just gets
broop,
done.
and it gets done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this feature has been there for like a month and no one noticed it until like recently one of our talents were like, "Oh, we already forgot it is there, you know?" And one of our talents like DM'd us. It's like, "I use this feature and it's great." So, and then we did and then we're like, "Oh, yeah, true, we have this." And then we did like a EDM about that feature, and now every talent just like dropping the emails and it's super cool, super right. So, it really helps to do this stuff. And we're working on the AI agent called Voxy, which is basically will be like your AI agent support for the career journey. One of the projects that we're working on is basically like a self-tape assistant. When you come into the acting world, the biggest thing that you're having is you're doing self-tapes. Can take a bit.
Yeah, so as an actor, when you audition for a show or a film, you'll get a side, so you'll get a scene to do. And but generally you will have a scene with a scene partner. So you're having a conversation with somebody in the scene, right? But generally, you need to submit the self-tape fairly quickly. And usually all these people usually ask their mom, their dad, their sisters, whoever. But sometimes it's really hard to get people to help you with these things. So a lot of the time you end up recording yourself and then acting with yourself, which is really hard sometimes because you can't get the timing right and you can't really act as
Right.
100% as you would. So we are designing Voxy, who is actually going to be able to read with you. So you will give Voxy your side, your scene, and then you tell her like, "Hey, you're character A or character B," and then she will respond and read the scene with you, so you can actually do it
That's fun.
live.
But even if you don't have your scene, you can just prompt saying, "Hey, I want like a 20-line scene, chat at the bar. I am a girl and you are the bartender. I want the topic of this." And then it will create you the scene and it will read it with you line by line and respond to your queries in real life. And will video record as well. So this record will be ready to be shared to the producer or like put in your stuff.
in
So
multiple languages and everything.
So if Jen were to use your platform and let's say he doesn't have friends and he wants to find a new friend, Voxy could be his friend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like, hey,
so-
just be a 20-year-old guy. Imagine me having coffee with you right now.
What would you say?
Yeah,
I'm getting excited by myself.
that doesn't
Yeah.
sound right, but yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're working on now, Voxy, and then she would eventually evolve to be your.
Oh, it's a she?
It's a she.
It's a she.
And I
it's a
spelled it
she.
wrong at the first time.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
Voxie.
AE.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So she would eventually become your like small assistant within the platform. So you could actually ask her anything about
Anything.
projects, castings, auditions, tips. You could actually submit your self tape to her, and she would be like, "Dude, that was amazing, but what if you tried a little bit more this way?" Or like, so you can actually do better.
So can Voxy actually speak to you?
Yeah.
And whose voice is Voxy?
We're still deciding on that. Maybe it will be Miller's voice. Maybe
It'll be so cool if you could make Voxy's voice Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Well, so there'll be a male voice and a female voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will the male still be Voxy?
Yes.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Because okay, my idea for her, she's just gonna be a girl most of the time. But when you're doing the self tape, you can choose a male or a female voice because your characters are not always gonna be a girl, right?
Johnny Depp would be so cool, by the way. Just saying.
I would have to pay quite a bit of money for
We'll
his
take
voice.
that. We'll take this feedback.
Yeah.
Because we listen to our users.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not your user
Nice.
yet, but yet,
okay.
yet,
Yet.
yeah. Maybe tonight, I'll just go
Okay,
and
can.
subscribe because I wanna have a conversation with Johnny Depp
Yeah.
as Jack Sparrow. Dude, that shit's lit. Imagine me having coffee with Jack Sparrow.
I can't come up with a joke, bro.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, yeah.
We
Okay.
already have interestingly a AI profile analyzer. So let's say you fill in your profile and then you can ask Voxy, which is now don't have a voice, but it just like texts you back. It's like analyze like button to analyze your profile. We take all the data that we have, we match to the best things that are in the market, which is from the point of view of a producer, and then give you the feedback. Maybe like your headshot needs to be different. Maybe you need to submit something else. Maybe your bio needs to be better. So hence, like this, we want to make it a platform more accessible for
Oh, it's like a
users.
real life assistant,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Damn.
Oh, okay. So jumping into the platform a little bit more, right? Is this an application or is it a website? What is it?
Website.
It's a website. Okay, and it's mainly for talents.
So usually platforms have two user personas at the same time, right? So you have talents and you have producers. So the girls can speak about talents, I guess, because I usually speak about the producers.
Right.
I mean, yeah, the platform is for all creative talents on one side. So you have actors, singers, dancers, content creators, influencers,
Clowns,
clowns. We have a few
MCs,
clowns,
hosts,
MCs,
yeah.
hosts.
amazing clowns, actually.
Any kind of performers.
All of our friends.
You can be a professional clown, and it's in like Margot Robbie went to clowning school in Australia, and she's fucking amazing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a
Jen
really
loves Margot Robbie,
it's
by
a
the
really
way.
hard skill to get.
We recently published
Like an article
article,
about
yeah,
one
we-
of our talents with the clown.
Yeah.
It's a
It's like
very
she's
cool
a
article.
professional clown, won awards kind of thing.
Yeah, she's
You can
amazing.
win awards for being a clown.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty insane, but yes, you can actually
You've
do
been
that.
doing it your whole life.
Yeah, I've
you
been
didn't
doing
know you.
You've been doing it for free. Time to monetize it, you know.
Doing it for free, man. Like shit.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
yeah.
read the article. It's really, really cool.
A
If you're
professional
lazy
clown.
to read, there is a play button. You can listen to it because we
By Voxy.
exactly.
Of course. Yeah. Damn. Okay. So
So that's one side of the platform. The other side would be for producers, casting directors, and agencies. So anybody on the other side of the production.
right. And what's the ratio of talents to production people? Producers, exactly. That's the word. Yeah.
Individuals.
Okay. Same. Yeah. Same but different.
We
yeah.
are growing currently 120% month over month of our actors base, and we are growing around 40% month over month on producers.
Damn. And do you guys get a cut from every successful find?
Match.
What do you mean find? Like
Match.
Every
match.
successful
Match.
match. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the word. Thanks. it's very cold, you know.
It's cold. It's
Yeah, it's
cold. You
cold.
should have blankets.
It's
Who
this
is
guy.
fire?
Yeah, fire. We should really start bringing blankets,
You
bro. It's
should.
like-
Well,
I
like
would
bean
be-
bags.
Yeah.
I'd
And
be
the
amazing.
Milo dinosaurs, please.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah.
I
That'd be
never
so
tried a
cool.
Milo dinosaur. I spent like a decade in Singapore. I've never tried a Milo.
Do they have Milo in Russia?
No. It's called Nesquik.
We have Nesquik.
Yes, it's same thing.
Are you?
But no, but it's different.
Yeah, Milo.
White people things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nesquik.
yeah.
Nesquik. So it's literally it has like the brand icon of Nesquik is a rabbit.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a pervert looking rabbit, by the way.
and but specifically
It just looks
in,
pervert.
in Russia there is a cereal called Nesquik,
There's a
which is
Haven't too.
which is chocolate cereal, and it's a small round things that looks
Cocoa.
like rabbit poop.
No, isn't it like what Cocoa Puffs, Cocoa
yeah,
Crunch?
isn't that like
I like
Cocoa
Cocoa
Crunch?
Puffs.
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs, yeah, Cocoa
Or like the Milo cereal.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
But because the brand dude of Nesquik is a rabbit, it looks like rabbit poop.
Oh man.
I
But
loved
it
it.
was delicious.
I only learned it when I was a grown up. When I was a kid, I was like, that's my thing. It makes you milk.
My shit, and then but it really looks like shit right now.
Oh wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I guess we learned something new today.
What were we talking
That's
about?
Yeah, what were we talking
Pricing.
about the aircon being too cold.
Oh yeah,
and we needed
Aircon too
and like the cut. Do we get a cut?
So we
Yes.
charge,
Oh,
sorry,
right.
we charge platform fee, and we charge platform fee for like every talent book from a platform,
Uh-huh.
and we have a monthly membership for producers and for talents.
Nice.
Right. Is it the same rate across everyone, or it's a different rate?
Yeah. So we have a frozen.
William, go.
Dude, yeah.
Right? It's right at you, man.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
because
Put the lizard under the aircon.
you guys said you guys were fire, so we really.
We're water.
Oh.
We're
we
water.
are waters.
Scorpio.
You
You're
are
the
fire.
only
You are
fire.
fire.
Oh, I'm fire.
Yeah,
bro,
you're fire.
I'm
We're all
so
water.
My bad.
We are
G.
waters.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Scorpio, water, Avatar, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So platform fees.
Yes. Platform. They
Subscriptions.
have platform fee, subscription fee, singular plural. For the
Sorry.
talents and the platform finders
Hmm.
thingy. There's a lot of information. Yeah. Good take.
So
A for
basically,
A for effort. Yeah.
imagine Claire being a producer. So she,
Yes.
when she was a producer before GoodTake, right? She would spend like a month doing the job that she can currently do with GoodTake in like
Which
one
is
day.
finding a cast.
Yeah, like that's like the biggest. I think that takes up quite a bit of time for producers besides just doing the pre-production. So we have like different stages of production. Getting the right talent is normally the headache because a lot of our talents, they need to be able to act, right? You can get people who actually can act, model, or do whatever you want. They're expensive because they're professionals.
That's true.
And then you don't know about the ones that are not maybe under the agencies because they're not out there. And usually you only find out, let's say if you go on a deep dive on social media. So usually I can spend like up to 4 hours, 5 hours just like doom scrolling on TikTok, IG to find someone.
That's how she found us, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Claire. It's like doom scrolling, like yeah.
Don't scroll to the end
It's
of
me.
TikTok.
And then she just
Yeah.
sees two guys there and like,
It's like there's two, okay. Yeah. So usually like that's the problem. If not like usually clients want influencers. I don't know why, but influencers, I mean, I don't like working with them personally. Just my personal thing, I'm a hater. And a lot of them,
We figured it
like
out.
I said, I'm a very big hater, okay?
I'm a hater.
Yeah, I'm just a hater. A lot of them, the problem is they look good, but they can't like act. So like we usually get a lot of problems, with in this kind of casting wise, like what we want from the client, what we want from the talent that can't act because they're not professional actors, budget, everything. So it's just one big headache.
Right.
So we need like someone to kind of simplify that whole process, make things easier so we have time to kind of like focus on other things like the logistics, the planning, the shoot. And usually because agencies, if you all don't know already, famous for being short-handed, famous for being overworked, because really we don't have enough staff. So each staff is like probably a producer, account manager, maybe sometimes videographer, photographer. I've been in literally like all that positions before. So yeah, it was like we are just always working. We need someone to come simplify it. If I can take like half an hour off to do everything, great. I'm settled for the day. Or at least I'm settled for like a good week. Yeah.
So we really like sit down and identified what are the stages of the productions that production houses or like producers are having at the pre-production stage, starting from like idea to creating the project to running a casting to shortlisting yourself or like waiting for someone to like apply for the shoot, and then kind of like manage them after. Because what we found out, like logistics, even like for shortlisting, is like really hard. So because you have to coordinate so many times, like on average, our shoots are getting currently around 60 to 80 applications per role, and we can have multiple roles inside, and that's like
Damn.
all real people. So we have a very good metrics in that. So imagine like having 80 people applying for one role, and you have to coordinate every single person via WhatsApp or Telegram or Line or WeChat, email,
like everything.
It's impossible to do.
Yeah.
Like basically,
Oh, wow.
the feedback that we got from like our early customers is like, and who are now our customers, and we talked to them like last November, is like, after Talent 10, I just stopped because I just can't. It's too overwhelming for
Yeah.
me. I just have no emotional capacity. So you literally limit yourself to the amount of like resources that you are able to cast because you are just a human being. And so because we build a lot of automation tools, we build video chats, we build chats, we build like self-replies, we build messages, we build pipelines for producers. For them, it's just press a button. So coming back, I think Claire last time spent a month casting talents. Now she can do it in one day. It only depends on like how fast other talents can apply and how fast basically, yeah. So the next iteration of AI agent for producers, which we're thinking, is basically the casting will be run by themselves. So that producers, as Claire exactly correctly mentioned, don't need to do this boring automated routine job. They just can focus on logistics, on being creative, on managing the customers, on sales, which is fun stuff, and all these details are like not so interesting.
Whoa,
Excuse me.
okay, that's actually a very interesting take, right? Because I never knew that there was such an
Better?
issue,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Trying
true.
to find a cast and having overwhelming response. And
So-
sometimes just ignoring a vast bunch of people, not because they want to ignore them, but because they just simply cannot manage.
Yeah.
So many people.
And you know what's interesting? Like I would say, our GoodTake approach when we sit down with Mila the first time, and Claire was present at the time. Actually, we started GoodTake when it was just an idea from. Not usually when you start a startup, you're like, I have a crazy idea, let's build it. And then you kind of like build it and spend like 3 months doing something only to realize that's all wrong and you have to pivot. We took the opposite approach. We literally sit down with Mila and say, Mila, whom can we interview first? And then we split our user audiences into like talents and producers. And then we spent like 2 weeks just talking to just the people, So
Right.
we
Yeah.
invited them over, we bought them coffee, and then we just chat.
Like,
What's
tell
the
us
questions?
why
Tell
you
it-
hate everything.
Why you hate everything. Tell us what's
Why are
your
you
problem.
stressed?
Tell me what you feel like fixing.
We've basically sat down and like listened to people complain.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
The
and
people session.
people and yeah, we were their emotional support, and we spent like 2 weeks every day like doing that stuff. And after that, we drew like a huge Figma board, narrowed down to like the prioritization of the features, and then started to building. So this is why we came from the problems, and we are solving like problems. So we are
Why it's moved so fast as well.
because when we come to a producer and like, hey, we solved the problem that you having, but you don't know how to fix it, because ultimately tools that are available in the market are not fixing that. They're just so happy to become a customer.
there are no tools for this industry, like they're not using any of the tools designed for the industry, and they're using very outdated processes. So I spoke to a producer who did her scheduling with post-its on the wall
Oh, wow.
because it gets too overwhelming to
Damn.
have it all in one small screen. So you have to move people around all the time. You have to see when people can overlap more. If you're scheduling 300 extras for a party scene, that's 300 people you're individually DMing or emailing or calling or anything
Right.
to find out if they're like all their availabilities,
yeah.
and then all their wardrobe and all their details. And obviously some people take a while to reply.
Yeah.
It's a hassle.
And hence this year big master plan is to build the AI assistant for production house who does exactly this job. Because AI never sleeps. it always remembers the context. It can see the big picture. You can see the 300 talents, and he can schedule everyone, talk to people and receive back, understand like what's going on, and reshuffle the schedule so that it get just brilliantly great at the end. So that's what we're working on.
And like I think at the very end of the day, like in this industry, like time is money, and like it moves very quickly, even for like productions and talent. So like sometimes for productions, when we cast, sometimes it's urgent casting. Like I can put out the casting by Thursday. I need maybe the talent by Saturday. It's just that fast. But I can't find that many people, or I don't know that many people. So I cast whoever I can think of that comes to mind.
Yeah.
So with this platform, it gives us more variety. Talents have more opportunities because now I can find someone like just like that on the go. You know, I won't have to lose out on so many opportunities out there.
Right.
So it's like a win-win in a sense where everybody is more efficient. Everybody gets chances and it comes by more quickly, yes, but you have access to those. Yeah.
On that note, there's also like an AI search. So if you're looking for something super specific, because sometimes they are, there's a casting going on right now for a cool hipster looking barista girl, and you could literally type anything you want into the search and find what you want.
Oh shit.
Like
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah, precisely. Because we had a casting like for one of my because I was producing one of the shoots, or I was helping, you know, and they literally wanted someone who could skate, but a very specific skating trick. And I was like, I don't know that many skaters. People are like, we don't know skaters, so how are we gonna find people that can skate? That's actually a trick. And we were very lucky. Like when we posted it, responses and like a lot of people interested, and they were like, okay, let me send you my audition tape. Like it was just that quick.
And
They were
the
really
audition
cool
tape was the
videos.
skating videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skater boy skating. That was
it's just
fun.
like things like basketballers.
Yeah.
How many basketballers do you really know in your life?
That's true.
Dude, I stalked the entire Singapore basketball team, you know. That was how desperate I
She had
was.
time of her life doing that. She was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, I can't get a photo of their faces. They're private. My client wants to see a basketballer. Like how? Like,
Yeah.
like that's,
So with this, you can literally
Yeah.
just like type in and search what you're looking for specifically, down to like tattoos or hair color or skills or.
I like how all
Anything.
the descriptions you gave, right, were basically describing Jen, you know. So Jen used to skate. Jen has tattoos. He loves to play basketball. Check it out,
Nice.
man.
He was
Yeah.
all of them.
And
yeah.
she
I was
brews
there,
coffee as a
actually.
barista.
He brews coffee. You used to be a barista.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Like, legit.
You could have
was
been
a
in
skate.
5 commercials by now.
Check it out, man.
Wow, A-lister.
Yeah, I mean, bro, you're like a man of many talents,
So I
right?
can't reveal my hourly rate.
Oh shit, yeah.
They will text me.
Oh, yep, yeah. So if you guys ever need people, the first person you guys
The
should think
first
of.
people.
First
the,
people.
the first people, yeah, is this guy.
Call
You're
it
like
Jen.
a
Like, are you
shampoo,
free?
5 in 1, right?
You could have a whole movie and there's only one cast. He's just
Yeah.
playing all the roles. Just imagine. Shit. All right. Okay.
Anyways, last one to
Yes, I got one last question for you guys before we end this interesting podcast, which could go on for hours and hours. Actually, what's next for GoodTake?
The world.
Okay,
Damn.
yeah, that's all, guys. Thank you very much. What? That sounds like something Trump would say, you know. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
No, for real.
For real.
We're going
Okay.
global. We're going global.
For real, this is actually already helping people on the production side cut down so much of their time that they can actually have a drink with us now. And like,
It's always coffee.
Yeah.
coffee. I meant coffee.
drink.
And then it's helping talents actually, you know, fly across borders for shoots and getting more opportunities and making their jobs more sustainable. So it's already making a great impact, and we only just started. So yes, the world. I'm shifting to LA this next month, and we're gonna get expanding over there, and then we're gonna take Europe, and then
And the world.
the world.
Then the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. I think we should do that as well.
Where are we expanding, bro?
Ah,
I think we're expanding horizontally.
yeah, we're
Me and-
expanding. Yeah. We're expanding slowly. We'll start doing the podcast in Sentosa soon because it's getting very cold. Check this guy out. He's just making our guests freeze to death, apparently.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It's
okay.
not me,
My
it's
brain
the
is
aircon.
back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Back to back.
Yeah. Okay, so can anyone subscribe or do they have to be talents? If Jen wakes up one
Yeah.
day, he's like, hey, you know what?
Anyone
fuck
can
of
be
it.
talent.
Anyone can
That's
be a
how
talent.
we build GoodTake. So like, if you one day wake up and it's like you can wear 10 hats, being a barista, a skater boy, and a Gen Z girl with the pink hair, and I feel like becoming a talent, we are very welcome you to be our talent.
We've
someone-
actually sent him on castings.
Oh.
So he understands the industry.
So someone with absolutely no experience in acting, singing, dancing,
I
stripping,
had no
whatever.
experience, and I had two. I booked like 2 jobs on GoodTake.
Wow.
All right,
And-
Jen, you know what to do tonight.
Sorry guys, I'm leaving this job.
So if anyone wants to subscribe, how do they do it?
GoodTake.co.
GoodTake.com.
Co.
Co.
C-O.
Oh, dot co.
.co. See?
Oh, yeah.
Lucky I
Yeah.
checked.
GoodTake
Yeah.
dot
Or they
co.
can also go GoodTake.ai.
.ai, of course.
Of course,
Yeah.
.ai. Both.
So cool.
So anyone can subscribe. If you are just starting out as a talent, you can subscribe. We're very, very welcoming. I want this to help you get started. It's a career management tool for you. So, we're here to help you grow. But also on that note, we are doing collaborations with schools and making these tools and workshops more accessible and more affordable for them. So they can actually work on their craft. And it's not just like, hey, come here, get a job.
So is it the same process for people who are looking for talents?
Yes.
They
so
can just subscribe
yeah.
at goodtake.ai.
Yeah, correct. And I guess the people who are looking for talents, they need to know that we put a lot of effort and time into building the relationship with our talents and bringing the best talents on the books and expanding the base. So those who are coming on board, we give them amazing tools so that then they can save a lot of time from doing boring things to do actually meaningful things and get access to the best talents they can find. That's our value to them.
Do you guys think being a stripper is a talent?
I mean, there are.
Yeah.
It's a talent. I mean, talent's very loosely defined in this industry. Like basically anybody that can fill the shoes of what you need them to be in a
Oh
certain
shit.
way.
Okay, that's us, bro. That's us, bro. Yeah. Let's go, man.
So I mean, like you have movies where like maybe they might even use real life strippers because they themselves know like what is closest to what is needed on scene, But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that maybe it's applicable in certain industries, certain commercials. You never know, a talent or skill that you have. That's why we call you talents. Yeah.
Jen's favorite movie, Magic Mike.
Ah.
Strippers know how to dance.
Yeah.
A lot of guys
that's
don't.
true.
A lot of guys don't.
You wanna
Don't
see
know how to
I
dance.
don't know. I've never seen.
You want to see Jen?
Got you, bro.
He was like, oh.
like 6 GNTs
Is this
down,
like
you are
a-
a great dancer for
Yeah.
yourself, but then other people are like,
It's like your OnlyFans $4.99 special.
Yes,
like add on
sir.
$1.
No, for the special it's like $6.99.
I see.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
he
So
just increased the
$2
price.
more, I
Yeah,
see.
oh, okay.
because now that we have GoodTake, price are going up, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So rates are going up with GoodTake.
Yeah. Like once we
right.
close the cameras, Jen's gonna show you guys his split.
Cool.
Yeah, Jen can
Right.
do a split right there.
Put that on your reel.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's all the time we have actually. So
But before that,
before that,
So,
yeah, Jen, take it away. I'm talking too much, man. Thirsty, bro.
what did the wise people say?
Yeah.
which camera? This camera.
That camera.
Oh, that.
There's-
You miss 100%
No, that's
shots that you don't
mine.
take.
And now you can't use that audio. You lose 100% of the shots you don't
You
take.
lose the 100% shots that
I
you don't
told
take.
him that when like months ago,
You told me this.
and it stuck to him.
it stuck to me.
Nice.
It stuck to me forever. Yeah.
forever. Such a great team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That was gonna be mine too.
that's gonna be yours too.
Really?
Yeah. That's
we
why.
did not discuss it.
No,
That's
we
why.
did.
It's a different generation.
So, let me guess, is yours also you miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
Man. Mine's like work hard, party even hard. And that's like something I truly believe in. So like he likes to go and have coffee with random people. I like to party and somehow it's just like
Hey,
things
yo,
happen and
That's
then
not safe.
Sometimes it's you,
look,
Sean.
it's brought me
Sometimes it's Jerome West.
Yeah.
and like not in a bad way. Stay safe, everyone. But I've had a lot of. I feel like where I've gotten today or met like a lot of people is really through these random.
The random alleys that you
Yeah.
passed out in.
No, I never pass out. See, you see,
not
be
yet,
safe, be
not
safe.
yet, not yet.
Yeah,
Don't
no, I'm
jinx
auto
it.
drunk.
Okay.
She
yeah.
wakes up in Mandai Reservoir alongside the tiger.
She still makes it to the office though.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You see,
Oh,
I'm a
yeah.
responsible adult. You
Of
know.
course.
I'll give her
Good.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, that's
she
true,
will
100%.
show up.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
show
yeah.
up.
Will she
Yeah.
be vocal? No.
Will be making jokes of her? Yes. Hangover.
Yes.
So if you guys got any party places, hit her up. She'll be there.
I'll be there yapping.
I will
Just
be.
like be there.
Now, of course,
Yeah.
And with that,
that's all we have,
That's all
man.
we have.
Thanks a lot, guys.
till next week.
Till next week. You all want to come again next week?
Sure. Thanks for having us.
Wait, do we have an
No aircon.
What's wrong
No,
with that? We'll do it
Aircon
downstairs.
off, please.
We'll do it downstairs by the open car park.
I thought you were moving to Sentosa.
Oh, okay, can also.
Sentosa,
Yeah.
Sentosa edition.
Yes, but because
Yeah.
we budget wise, unless we subscribe and then we put on a cast there. saying
Perfect.
that-
We'll cast as many talents as you
Oh
want.
shit, we should do that, right? We put a cast and then we find guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
think
a
about
good
it.
idea, actually.
I'll do that tonight. Finna be lit.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. Bye guys.
We'll give you some credits.
Ciao.
Ciao.